Alrighty, YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video. So the 49ers are officially releasing Javon Hargrave as a post-June 1 designation. This move was expected. It came out, right after the season ended that the 49ers would likely release him. Now, over the past couple days, the 49ers were actually shopping Javon Hargrave to potentially trade him. They tried to find a trade suitor for Hargrave over the past couple weeks, but all signs are now pointing to him officially being released as a post-June 1 designation. The 49ers have also informed teams at the Combine that he is healthy coming off of his torn tricep injury, and he's going to be available to sign March 12th, which is the start of the new league year with another team. So, obviously, Javon Hargrave at the time in 2022 was a great signing for the 49ers. He was actually, I think it was 23 when they signed him, I believe. 22 or 23. But obviously, it was a good signing at the time. The 49ers needed a defensive tackle replacement, but he clearly was overpaid. Never really lived up to the hype of his contract, and the 49ers have had multiple players in the past like that. They've signed certain players that simply just have not lived up to their contract, and obviously the 49ers being a more hard-lined organization this upcoming offseason, it was clear as day that he would be one of the candidates to be released. So the 49ers have already slashed the remaining years and the non-guaranteed salary off of Javon Hargrave's contract, saving $40 million. And then obviously, with this being a post-June 1 release, it will open up about $2.2 million of 2025 cap space for the 49ers. John Lynch did think that at a point in time that it was going to be a possibility that the 49ers could bring him back at a lower price, but he now doesn't seem to think that'll be possible, hence to why they are officially releasing Javon Hargrave. Again, it's a post-June 1 designation in which they're releasing him on. So he's going to be available for teams to sign him again on March 12th, which is the start of the new league year. I thought it was pretty interesting that they tried to trade him. Obviously, there were no suitors for Javon Hargrave. He's got a pretty big salary in 2025. So, it's obviously, it's easy to understand why the 49ers weren't able to find a trade partner for Hargrave. Nobody wants to pay that big salary that he's due in 2025. I think every team had the expectation that he would eventually be released so that they can bring him back at a cheaper cost. He had a base salary of $19.9 million. Now, obviously, they did restructure his contract for the 2025 and 2026 seasons to allow for that post-June 1 release. But this move allows the 49ers to save money against their salary cap. But again, obviously it's clear as day as to why the 49ers are releasing him. Obviously, it's clear as to why they wanted to move on in general in the first place, whether it was going to be a trade or a release. But obviously, nobody is interested in trading for Javon Hargrave. They'd rather him get cut and then bring him back on a much cheaper contract. So we will see what happens. Again, this is one of the bigger moves, aside from the Deebo Samuel trade for the 2025 offseason. So there's going to be many, many more moves coming. This is just the start. The 49ers have a lot of work to do this offseason. But we will see what happens. Obviously, drastic changes will happen in San Francisco this offseason. So I can't wait to see, what happens in free agency, what guys that they target in free agency. Obviously, the expectation is that they will target an offensive lineman, hopefully Drew Dalman, the center from the Atlanta Falcons. There's also been talk about them pursuing veteran wide receivers and cornerbacks. And there's also the veteran wide receiver market has really gotten pretty decent. I mean, there's a lot of depth at receiver with free agency. Tyler Lockett was released today. Don't have any interest in Tyler Lockett. He's way too old for the Niners. Plus, I think Pete Carroll with the Raiders will likely be a potential suitor for Tyler Lockett. But one of the more intriguing ones, Christian Kirk was released today by the Jaguars. If you guys can remember, in 2022, I believe it was, he signed like a 4-year, $80 million contract, was getting paid like over $18 million annually. That contract sent the wide receiver market into the stratosphere when that happened. So, and obviously he has not lived up to that contract. So that was an easy release for the Jaguars. They freed up some cap space, but he's going to be out there on the market. He's definitely going to come at a much cheaper cost. That could be a potential suitor for the 49ers when it comes to signing a veteran wide receiver. So it's going to be an intriguing offseason. Obviously, I can't wait. I mean, we're a week away from the start of free agency, so that is going to be a very, very intriguing part of the offseason for the 49ers aside from the NFL draft. So let me know what you guys think of Javon Hargrave officially being released by the 49ers as a post-June 1 designation. As always, go Niners. Oh, real quick, too, DK Metcalf requested a trade from the Seahawks just about 15 minutes ago. The report came out. So that's another veteran guy that's looking to play elsewhere. He's going to be way too expensive for the Niners, and Seattle will definitely not trade him to their rival within their division. So that's definitely not an option for the 49ers. But either way, worth noting, there's a lot of veteran wide receivers that are going to be available out on the market. So it'll be interesting to see which ones the 49ers target. But yeah, man, as always, go Niners. Let me know what you guys think of the Javon Hargrave news in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.